If you're planning retirement and want to avoid costly mistakes that most retirees make, subscribe because this channel focuses only on simple, real retirement advice. If you are planning to retire in 2026, this video is very important for you. Please do not ignore these updates. Every year, things change. The rules change. The numbers change. The costs change. And if you do not know these changes, you can lose money without even realizing it. Many people think retirement is simple. They think when they reach a certain age, money will just come. But retirement planning is not automatic. It needs knowledge. It needs understanding. And 2026 is bringing some big changes you must know before you stop working. Let us start with Social Security. In the United States, Social Security is managed by the Social Security Administration. Every year, they adjust payments based on inflation. This adjustment is called COLA, which means Cost of Living Adjustment. In recent years, inflation has been high. Because of that, Social Security payments increased more than normal. But inflation is slowing down compared to the past few years. That means the increase in 2026 may not be as big as before. If you are expecting a large raise in your monthly Social Security check, you may be disappointed. You must understand something very important. Social Security is not designed to replace your full salary. It is only meant to replace part of your income. For many people, it replaces around 30 to 40% of what they were earning. If you retire in 2026 and you depend only on Social Security, you may struggle, especially because food, electricity, rent, and medical costs are still high. Another big change you must know is the full retirement age. For many people retiring in 2026, full retirement age is either 66 or 67, depending on the year you were born. If you claim before full retirement age, your benefit is reduced permanently. That means smaller checks for the rest of your life. Some people rush to claim at 62 because they are tired of working, but they do not calculate the long-term impact. If you live a long life, claiming early can cost you tens of thousands of dollars over time. There is also something called the earnings limit. If you claim Social Security before full retirement age and you continue working, there is a limit on how much you can earn. If you earn above that limit, part of your benefit is temporarily withheld. Many people do not understand this rule. They are shocked when their Social Security payment becomes smaller. So if you plan to retire in 2026 but still work part-time, you must check the earnings limit carefully. Now let us talk about 401k contribution limits. The 401k is one of the most popular retirement accounts in America. In 2026, contribution limits have increased again. The government increases these limits from time to time because of inflation. That means you can put more money into your 401k than before. This is good news for people who are still working and want to boost their savings before retiring. If you are age 50 or older, you are allowed to make catch-up contributions. This means you can contribute extra money beyond the normal limit. This is very powerful. Many people in their 50s and early 60s realize they have not saved enough. Catch-up contributions give you a chance to close that gap. But remember, just because you can contribute more does not mean you automatically should. You must also look at your monthly budget and your debt. Another big thing about 401ks in 2026 is required minimum distributions, also known as RMDs. The age for RMDs has changed in recent years. Many retirees must now start taking RMDs at age 73. If you do not take your RMD when required, the penalty can be very high. It used to be extremely severe, but the law reduced the penalty recently. Even so, you do not want to make that mistake. RMDs are taxable. That means when you withdraw that money, you pay income tax. Some retirees in 2026 are surprised when they start taking withdrawals and realize how much tax they must pay. They saved money for years, but they forgot that traditional 401k money is taxed later. If you have a Roth 401k, the rules are different. Roth accounts are funded with after-tax money, and qualified withdrawals are tax-free. Understanding the difference between traditional and Roth accounts is very important before you retire. Now let us talk about Medicare. Medicare is managed by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. If you are turning 65 in 2026, you must understand Medicare costs are changing. Medicare is not free. Many people think when they turn 65, healthcare becomes free. That is not true. Medicare Part A usually covers hospital insurance. For most people who worked long enough, Part A does not have a monthly premium, but it does have deductibles. Medicare Part B covers doctor's visits and outpatient care. Part B has a monthly premium. This premium changes almost every year. In recent years, it has been increasing. In 2026, premiums are expected to adjust again. Higher income retirees also pay something called IRMA. This means Income-Related Monthly Adjustment Amount. If your income is above certain levels, you pay more for Medicare Part B and Part D. Many retirees do not expect this. They sell a property or they withdraw a large amount from their retirement account, and suddenly their income goes up for that year. 2 years later, Medicare premiums increase because of that higher income. This can be a shock. Prescription drug costs are another important update. Medicare Part D covers prescription drugs. In recent years, there have been changes to limit how much seniors pay out of pocket for medications. This is good news, but plan costs and coverage can still change each year. That is why reviewing your plan every year is important. Inflation is another big factor you must understand if you are retiring in 2026. Inflation may not be as high as it was during peak years, but prices are still higher than before. Food prices increased, electricity increased, insurance increased. Even if inflation slows down, it does not mean prices go down. It simply means prices are increasing more slowly. That is a big difference. If you calculated your retirement budget 5 years ago, it may not be accurate anymore. Many people underestimate how much they will spend in retirement. They forget about medical expenses. They forget about home repairs. They forget about helping children or grandchildren. Inflation eats into your purchasing power slowly. That means your money buys less over time. Another important change for 2026 retirees is tax brackets. Tax brackets adjust for inflation. That means the income ranges move slightly upward. This can help reduce something called bracket creep. But even with adjustments, taxes remain a big part of retirement planning. When you combine Social Security, 401k withdrawals, pensions, and maybe rental income, you could move into a higher tax bracket than expected. Also remember that Social Security benefits can be taxable. If your combined income is above certain levels, up to 85% of your Social Security benefits may be taxable. Many retirees are shocked when they see this. They thought Social Security was tax-free. It is not always tax-free. Healthcare beyond Medicare is another issue. Medicare does not cover everything. It does not cover most dental, vision, or long-term care. Long-term care can be very expensive. If you need nursing home care or assisted living, the cost can be thousands of dollars per month. Planning for this risk is very important. The stock market is another factor you must think about in 2026. Markets go up and down, and if you retire during a market downturn and you start withdrawing money, it can hurt your portfolio more than expected. This is called sequence of returns risk. If your investments drop early in retirement and you continue withdrawing, your money may not last as long. That is why asset allocation becomes very important before retirement. Many experts suggest reducing risk as you approach retirement. That does not mean removing all stocks. It means balancing growth and safety. Bonds, cash, and dividend-paying stocks can play a role. Another big change for 2026 retirees is the mindset shift. When you are working, you focus on saving and growing money. When you retire, you focus on protecting and withdrawing money wisely. This is a different strategy. You need a withdrawal plan. Many people use the 4% rule as a guide. This rule suggests withdrawing 4% of your portfolio in the first year of retirement and adjusting for inflation each year. But this rule is not perfect. Market conditions and personal needs can change the plan. If you are retiring in 2026, you must also consider housing costs. Many retirees want to downsize. Selling a large home and moving to a smaller one can free up money. But remember, property prices, taxes, and maintenance costs vary.
Don't assume moving will automatically save you money. Calculate carefully. Another change happening in retirement planning is digital fraud and scams. Scammers target retirees because they believe retirees have savings. You must protect your information. Never share sensitive information with unknown callers. Be careful with emails and messages. Financial security is not just about investment returns, it's also about protecting what you have. Let us also talk about life expectancy. People are living longer. Retiring at 65 could mean you need your money to last 25 or even 30 years. That's a long time. Planning for a long retirement is very important. Running out of money at age 85 or 90 is a serious problem. If you have a pension, you must also review your payout options. Some pensions offer a lump sum, others offer monthly payments. Each option has pros and cons.